As I get started on the video here, basically what I'm doing is trying to get loose the 3 pieces of soffit that I want to get rid of. Of course, dummy there doesn't see the nail right in front of his face. There, he found it. Pop the little nail out. That takes a couple of seconds. Once that nail is loose, the 3 pieces will come out very easily. Of course, a lot of people are going to watch this and think hack, butcher, things like that. It may all be true. However, this whole project probably took me about 15 minutes. The pieces slide out. They may be held in by a couple of staples. Rather than go with the saber saw and framing squares and measuring and all the other stuff, I decided to go with a 4-inch hole saw. Locate the studs, find a spot in between them, and just start drilling away. I would say I poked probably 7-8 holes with the 4-inch hole saw. Basically, I took out the entire soffit between the 2 studs. My gable ends have absolutely no venting. Those have been removed or covered over with siding. So I have to try to compensate. I have to get some much needed air in my attic. Like I said, I could use a saber saw. I've got a decent saber saw. However, that would have been very, very time consuming. Total cost on this project is probably about $29, and that's including the vented soffit pieces. Now that I've got it cleaned out, there's a hole. Doesn't look real pretty. After that, I put a little spray paint on it to keep it from rotting. Here it looks like I'm going fishing. I have a probably 15-foot piece of PVC pipe. What I'm doing actually is busting through the insulation that they already had installed up against the soffits, blocking them, as well as the insulation I blew in over the winter. I am making sure that I am leveling it out to a point where it will not block the airflow. After completion of this, I did go in and I looked in the attic space. This one was the only one close enough to see, but there was plenty of sunlight coming through, which indicates to me that I'm going to get airflow. In order to keep bugs out, I'm going to use a little bit of fine mesh screening. I don't believe the holes on the vented soffit pieces are adequate to actually keep pests out. A couple little clips here, slides right through. That's $5 of my $29 I spent on this project. And there we go, stapling it up. Put in a whole bunch of staples. Doesn't really matter, staples are cheap. I did not want to leave any margin for bugs to get up in there. I don't need any wasps' nests. They're going to find spots to build them on my house anyways. Being as I'm in Kentucky, I will be dealing with wasps sometime during the summer. I just don't want them up in my attic space where they will get down in my living area. So I basically emptied this staple gun into this thing. Couple more here and there. There's a finished hole. If they want in, they're going to have to work pretty hard to do so. And we're going to move on to cutting the soffit pieces. There's the 3 I removed. They are all the same size. So what I will do is I will just use any one of those to cut the vented soffit. What I was able to use is just put the old piece on, strike a line with the pencil, clip them off with the tin snips. Not everybody has tin snips. I'm pretty sure that a utility knife or maybe even a sharp pair of scissors would cut through this stuff. It's not real tough to work with. Once you've got it cut to length, then we move on to putting it in. There's the 3 new ones. Those will be the ones I put up. That should allow, because of the size of the holes, that should allow plenty of air to get up there. Those things seem a little stingy on. They might be a little stingy on air. There I am putting them up. They just slide back together like they slid apart. Of course, a little bit of juggling here and there. It takes a couple of minutes to get them clipped together and put into place. But once they're in place, I go back and I think I put back in the one nail that I took out, and job complete. We'll get a look at the finished. There's the finished product right there. Now I have probably an 18 by 20 hole with plenty of air going up into the attic space, and hopefully that'll be adequate to vent my attic this summer. Here we have the 6 basically useless fence on the back of the house. I also failed to mention that was only one of 4 holes that I put in there for the $29 price tag, but I don't see what these things are doing with no air coming from anywhere.